On this episode of Offroadin with the Rust Belt Boys, Rick here is going to show you this classic Bronco we're finally putting together here at Rust Belt Off-Road. All the remodeling done here, we're back to work on projects, and this 6-cylinder truck is going to come to life here very soon.
Well, our loyal viewers can see our Oldsmobile changed into an orange Bronco here. So we had some pretty good progress since the last time you watched the show. As y'all can tell, we got the body on the chassis here. This is that 74 Bronco. You've seen the body sitting over there in the corner. The chassis sitting over here to the left. And she's all mated together and torqued down. And as you can see by my wire stringing, I in process of running the harness down through and getting her all fastened up, and going to connect the fuel gauge and my tail lights and license plate light back here. And then we got wiring to do under the hood, which you'll get to see in a future episode. The drivetrain is all 74. This is a brand new remanufactured frame because his frame was very, very bad and patched many, many times. So the customer wanted us to save it, but we were like, sent him some pictures up close, and he's like, okay, let's put the new frame under it. But supposedly it was a worker when he brought it here, and he's gonna put it back on the farm when he gets it back. Well, our viewers can see this 200 cubic inches of fury under the hood of this Bronco. Looks pretty nice sitting in there instead of a V8 for a change, I think. And this is pretty old school. There's manual steering. Point, you can see our ballast resistor here for you old guys out there that know what that is. And we got our voltage regulator here, over here. There again, old guy stuff, because it's external. And our distributor with points, we put new points in it, a new set of plugs for the guy. So I can't wait to hear this thing run. It'll probably purr like a little kitty cat, so let's hope. Our loyal viewers will notice that we got the grill off of it just to make it easier for me to get in here and start hooking up all these various things just flopping around. As you see, for our older viewers, again, a speedometer cable. It runs off a gear in the transfer case, and it'll go to the speedometer, and it spins round and round and shows your vehicle speed. Here's our throttle cable here. It'll get connected to our firewall, with our aftermarket firewall. They still give you all the provisions, as you can see. This is where our brake pedal is going to come through. Here's where our steering column comes through, and this is a column shift Bronco, which will be fun, 3 on the tree for the older gentlemen out there. And we got our speedometer pass through here. We'll have to put a grommet in. And our clutch rod, if he gets a picture, will come through the floor for the older ones with the actual mechanical clutch instead of a hydraulic clutch like most people run nowadays, because it's easier. Here we are at our parts table, let's call it, that we put together for some parts for the Bronco over there. Our big stock air cleaner. Still got the heat riser flap in there to close when it's cold, so you just get the warm air from the exhaust, and then open when she warms up, the engine warms up, and let you get that fresh air in. And our stock radiator for the old girl. It's in pretty good shape, so we're going to reuse it. Customer would like to keep as many of his original parts as he can. Our battery hold down, we're going to try to use the stock one, but the battery the customer bought, it ain't looking too good. I might have to remake this one. Here at Rust Belt, we found a factory jack and a handle for him, so we're excited to give that to him as a parting gift, let's call it. We'll finish painting it up and stuff. And for our old guys, here's our shift rods that come from the 3 on the tree down to the transmission. So they just need cleaned up and painted. And here's our mechanical clutch rod that'll go between the pedal and the Z-bar for the older gentlemen out there that know what that means. And that'll release the clutch and stuff. And here's our 3 on the tree column here. And you see our shift arms here, and they're attached to the shifter here. You know what I mean? As you can see there. So, and that all works with that and stuff. So, sort of hard to work it without it being in the vehicle. But with these older columns, you see it's all a big long mess, so that'll take 2 people to put this in the car and get her all fastened and bolted up. Oh, yeah. And we're trying to talk him into another steering wheel. As we can see on our camera, this one's seen a lot of use. It's getting all cracked around here, and we know this is going to start breaking off. And it's, you know, it's going to need cleaned if he doesn't want a new steering wheel. But they do repop these, that's the good part. So I think it should. He's definitely put some money in it, so I think he should upgrade this. Of course, this is our steering stabilizer bracket that'll go to the frame once we powder coat it or paint it, but probably paint it because the frame's painted. And that's all of our few parts that got to go on.
At Rust Belt Off-Road here, this is our 1969 to 1972 Chevrolet Blazer GMC Jimmy. Smooth firewall, the bead filled in here nice and smooth here. And if you look at it here, the paintwork that Mr. Jeff did on this is absolutely flawless here on this RM Diamonds color here we got on this original GM Chevrolet color. Check it out, look at that. And it's one of the services here we offer at Rust Belt Off-Road. Full paintwork available for your classic ride. Rust Belt Off-Road, your number 1 source for your classic body shells here for trucks, 4x4s, and even some Jeep stuff coming soon. Rust Belt Off-Road, 330-533-4757, rustbeltoffroad.com.